Hello, welcome to episode 2 of PM Logic. That's where everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's right, the points don't matter. So, my friends,
I missed that show.
Damn it, what a great show. Who's
The
lying?
new one
I missed
sucks.
that
I hate
thing.
the new host.
Wait, they
I
actually
forgot
made
there was
a new
even
one?
a new one.
Yeah, you didn't know that? They rebooted it with what's her face as the host.
Oh yeah, I
she's
know
in
exactly what you're
stuff.
talking about.
Well, we already started
You've
talking about
seen
this
it,
shit. I
haven't
didn't.
you?
I didn't fully.
I might have, but I guess it was so bad it just pushed it out of my mind.
Probably.
I haven't even fully introduced. Anyway, all right, guys. So, yeah, we're already in episode 2. How's everyone doing this week? Sean, how you doing this week?
Peachy keen. Just peachy keen.
That's phenomenal.
Trying to think if there's any real interesting stories.
Before you jump into that, I just want to say, I'm pretty happy with the feedback on our first podcast. I think we did pretty well, actually.
Oh yeah, I was actually pretty happy too. I was expecting zero
I didn't
views,
check any comment
zero
sections
toes.
or anything like that. So
No real interaction or anything, but I think almost like 40-something views, almost 50, and then like 8 subs, which sounds shitty. But
oh yeah, for sure. But I mean,
it actually is pretty okay.
in this, in the scheme of
I
things,
I don't know anything about the YouTube life. Brandon, how are you doing this week, my man? What are you up to?
No, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. That was how I was doing. I was just keeping an eye on the podcast the whole week, wanted to see how we were doing there.
Cool.
I like to think that you were actually sitting at your laptop the entire week, just being like,
up on it.
Dude, you think I'm
view.
kidding? That's exactly what I was doing.
Probably. I mean, me too, but that's alright.
Disclaimer to everybody. I'm tired and I kind of hate my life today, so this is gonna be a rather, I would say
It's looking real up already. It's looking real up.
I'm just like really tired, so please, I apologize if you don't get much energy out of me. We're going to start off with something that I posted in our Facebook group the other day. Something like pretty funny. Basically, the redneck way of getting rid of your leaves in the fall. I watched a video. This man must have poured some gasoline in a pile of leaves. It was probably about 20 yards long. It's a massive pile. And, decided to take a torch to it. And the whole thing lit up in about maybe 2 seconds. The whole thing was just turned to dust. Now, I'm already going to start out with using this word. Irresponsible thing to do, just to light your whole damn backyard on fire to get rid of a couple of leaves.
You call it irresponsible. I call it a usual fall for me.
I call it a clown act.
Are we tying it back?
They're clowning around over there with those leaves, man.
But we have already established fuck clowns in general.
Yeah, exactly. So it just ties right in, man.
I feel like
fuck that guy.
My Uncle Donnie would totally be the one to do
that.
Oh,
tell an Uncle Donnie story. Let's go. They need to know.
Yeah,
put him on the spot.
So basically my uncle, he's pretty cool. But he's like a total pyromaniac. He's a pyromaniac, and like whenever he gets bored, he just buys shit. I don't know. He just does his thing, and it's awesome. So one time he got bored and sketched up some plans for this like big ass outdoor kitchen, and so that went up in like a couple months or whatever. But while he was doing that, he also put in this like huge fire pit, and his. So great. His fire pit, it's just massive. So he'll take like, I don't know, whoever's like old cabinets or like just these big ass like whole trees basically, and just shove them in there. Just get a little kerosene action going. He used to light it with like a homemade flamethrower with like a propane tank and a power washer, but then I don't know what happened. He just doesn't do it anymore. But now he's innovated a little bit more. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but now he has like drilled a hole in the side of it, right? Just big enough that he could like shove his leaf blower in there, so he could like get it going like twice as fast now. It's pretty hardcore. Like 30-foot flames. It's gorgeous. I love it. Just rains.
I'm not lying. This sounds like something that should be on like the FBI's like top like most watched list. Like he should be on that.
I just heard the story like
possible enemy of the state.
I literally just heard this story like maybe a couple months ago, but apparently there's a pretty good story of him, my dad, and one of my other uncles just like dicking around, very close to getting in trouble with the law. But they apparently Julio decided it was a great idea to he set up like a whole just like a whole string of like firecrackers and fireworks and like just real heavy duty shit like going down his entire street when they were like younger, and then just watch the shit go up, smoke plumes everywhere. Like apparently everyone started calling like 911 because I thought there was like some big ass house fire or something because there's like so much smoke coming off this thing.
That's awesome.
So whoa, chill.
Go for it. Sorry, my bad. I don't want to jump in that.
Yeah, well, you're missing the good part here. The good part is that so because of all these 911 calls, police actually showed up, and so they walk up to I guess it was my Uncle Tom, and my Uncle Tom, like, I guess he just didn't know what to say or something, so he was, not that he was, like, throwing my Uncle Donnie on the bus, but he was about to start. He was like, yeah, well, Donnie over here looks around, nowhere to be found. He just, like, totally dipped. just left my dad and my uncle to deal with the cops, and they were like,
smart man.
Tell him not to do it again. He's a fucking idiot.
No, that's a smart thing to do, just not be seen, not be heard of.
So funny.
What
were you saying?
Why the hell are fireworks illegal in New Jersey? It pains me. We used to have some you like weren't at these. These are usually family parties. We used to have some 4th of July parties, like 100 people. We stuffed in our backyard, and we were lighting off like, honestly, professional grade mortars in our backyard. Me and my dad used to love going out, taking trips like just across the border into Pennsylvania, pick up a whole bunch of fireworks. His rule: I would never be allowed to tell my mom how much we actually spent on fireworks. Because it was pretty bad. Take it back across the border, and we would just blow some ridiculous shit up. One time I had something called the Big Bomb. It was like a firecracker, but it was about that big. It was about the size of like what I would imagine like your typical can of like stack like 2 cans of soup on top of each other. Like that's the size of this one firecracker. It was basically a stick of dynamite. It was awesome. We lit it in the sand one night by the beach, but like the fact that fireworks are illegal really honestly upsets me. Like
I will tell you exactly why they're illegal though.
Because people have to stick up their ass.
Well, it's partially that, but also partially there's like fucks like my cousin that exist. We were in, I think like Vermont. We were like renting somebody's house for 4th of July, and they brought like the big ass mortars like you were saying, and so. He's like super drunk. He's in the backyard. He's like, "Happy birthday, America!" Lights one, right? Then he's just like, "Oh shit! Run!" Thing like just explodes on the ground. Now the entire lawn is on fire, and so we're saying there like, "What the fuck? We just lit this like rental house's lawn on fire." And that's when like the neighbor comes over like, "So you need a hose or something? I could get you a bucket of water." Like he's like so over it, but he's still trying to help out.
Did you ever have Roman candle fights as a kid?
No. I don't even know what those are.
No, okay. Roman candles are like they shoot like little like sparklers almost. They shoot out like glowing like green or like pink, just like basically little fireballs. So we thought it was a good idea as a kid to get these Roman candles, you light them. And basically everyone spreads out, and then they like slowly like they keep shooting one after another, like with a little time in between. You get like 5 and 6 kids, and you're just all pointing them at each other and just shooting fireballs at each other basically. And this is like 6 and 7-year-old kids, and we're just like shooting fireballs right at each other's faces. We don't even care. Like that was that good wholesome fun that we needed back in the day. That good like family fun right there.
Hey man, it's pretty irresponsible if you ask me.
Fucking irresponsible decision.
Well,
we used to one of my favorite ones. You had this little tank. It actually was shaped like a tank. You light it, and basically it I guess somehow the mechanics worked of it. It would like spin around a bunch and like drive a little bit, and it would just shoot like firecrackers. So what we do is light this tank, and we all stood it around in a circle. It basically just protecting our nuts, and we wait for this thing to shoot. And whichever one of us it hit, obviously you lost. I got hit a couple times. I actually like put holes through my shorts. I like charred off pieces of my leg, but it was nice. Like, yo, it's fun. That's what's fun. That's what fun is.
Good wholesome fun.
Because my brother told me.
Family fun right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've just seen way too many like videos and stuff of people lighting stuff on fire because of misfires from fireworks.
Did you see that trend that was going on where like people actually like just put like gasoline on themselves or whatever, just like light it real quick?
That's
what
I'm talking
about? Oh, I feel like that's a thing.
Like I think it was like last year. And they would light it and they'd be like, "Oh shit!" It's like
I don't know where I heard this, but I feel like people would shave their body so like their hair doesn't light on fire. So like when they actually do that, or they put like oil or something in their hand and then they light it on fire, because it like won't burn you or something. I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's like the stupidest.
It's not that it doesn't burn you; it doesn't. It singe the shit out of you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's called death, my friends.
It's called natural selection.
It's called irresponsibility.
It's called suicide.
Ooh, true, very true.
I mean, yeah, honestly, 100% true. That's just, like,
wait, is it like fireworks illegal in a lot of states, or is it? I have no idea. I don't even know.
I mean, honestly, I don't know anything outside of like New Jersey.
I was gonna try to draw it up to like why it was illegal, and like one of the first things I thought of is because New Jersey is kind of a densely populated state, so I feel like the more densely populated the state is, the more likely it is to be illegal.
The more likely it is to have dumbasses there, and then that's why.
If you think about Pennsylvania, like half of it's just mountains anyway. So
but like the thing is, Pennsylvania, like you're still not allowed to shoot them off. You're allowed to sell them, and they're allowed to sell them to non-Pennsylvania residents. You have to prove you don't live in Pennsylvania.
That is the greatest moneymaker for Pennsylvania. That is so smart.
That is pretty smart.
That's why as soon as you cross the border, there's always signs. Actually, I was literally just in Pennsylvania today. I should have bought some fireworks.
Just have them on hand whenever you need them.
All right. Here, let me backtrack. This is what I want to talk about anyway. I was in Pennsylvania today because I was like taking a trip down to my old school. I used to go to Virginia Tech. A lot of fun down there. And I'm just going to bring up one little story. Last week we talked about the cat dilemma. That like if you dropped a cat, you put a cat in one of those NutriBullet things, like what's the dollar amount you would need to be paid to walk up, hit the button, just turn it on. And I said something pretty fucked up because I just really wanted a car. So I said like $100,000. But my eyes were open. Last night I was visiting with some of the guys in my company back in my platoon and stuff like that. There was one senior there, Schaefer. He like had a cat for some reason. It was one of the kids in the company. He had it wasn't a cat, it was a little kid. I didn't realize it at first. He was walking down the hallway, and I was like, "Yo, Schaefer, what's up?" He turns around, and I see he has his hood pulled up. Right out of the corner of his hood just pops like a little head.
No,
little head just pops out. Now, this is all like jet black cat. So as a joke, because like obviously we were the Corps, we were the military kids, all like the crazy rules we had to go through, like shining our shoes and stuff like that. But it's a jet black cat, so he named it Shoe Polish because it was like it's the unofficial.
It's not a bad name though.
It's the unofficial company mascot there. But yes, he named it Shoe Polish, and this kitty, honestly, so tiny, could fit in the palm of your hand. And this kitten was just so freaking adorable, and like it climbed up on my shoulder, and was like started rubbing its head against mine and stuff like that. Started licking my cheek, and I was like, oh shit, like kittens are fucking adorable.
Yeah,
kittens are fucking adorable, and I realized in that moment, like, dude, I don't even know if there could be a dollar amount for me to do that to something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're cute.
Yeah, I had a really hard time with that also because I remember around my girlfriend's house, there was like a bunch of kittens, like just stray kittens running around, and I remember like they couldn't really move fast or anything, so I like picked one up and took it inside, and like I grew like super attached to it, and I actually asked my mom if I could bring it home. And then she said no, and like it was one of the most saddest moments of my life having to let that thing go. Wait, did you used to
have a cat though? Because you have that little door thing.
Yeah, we did, and I guess my parents just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Let me guess, you fell madly in love with that thing in like maybe 30 seconds flat.
Yeah, honestly, it was the same kind of deal. It was like a jet black cat, and it was like the cutest little thing. And actually,
dude, it had such crystal blue eyes too, and I was like, oh my god, I love you.
Yeah.
Stop. Well, wait, didn't you say, though, like, last week when we were talking about this, Brendan, that, like, did you say that you're not a cat person, or was that just Matt?
No, if I said that, I didn't really mean that, to be honest.
No.
I'd actually...
maybe I'm going crazy. No, I know you're definitely not, but...
I might actually prefer cats, completely honestly.
Dogs?
Okay, all right. Now, what is the reasoning for this? We're going to get into this.
Because less responsibility. Cats to take care of themselves.
I'm sorry. All right, let me put it this way. You walk through the door when you get home. Would you rather have? Let's put it in terms of people. Would you rather have my always angry ass being like, "Oh, hi, fuck you." This is what a cat does. Or you walk in the door, and what a dog does, someone like Sean just be like, "What's up, man? You want to chill? You want to fucking play some video games? You want to do something? Come on, man." Someone happy and upbeat.
That's kind of unfair, though.
Dude, how many times Does a cat give a fuck what you do? No, a cat
Yeah?
doesn't care. Oh, no, cats are
No, they just said on the
assholes.
news, I think, that like obviously they're like too small and they like will never do it or anything, but the cats actually have thoughts like, man, I really want to kill my owner right now, like
I
straight up.
I don't
Yeah, I
believe that
believe
though,
it.
because I've met really nice cats before, and
I
like
mean, so have I,
our
but
cat used to be like really nice.
When did you have
I,
them? Because I
Oh,
never
I
remember.
was really young. I never like grew too attached to her, honestly, because I was like really not really young, but I was like too young to actually care. You know?
Yeah. Well,
dude, I
because I'm
want to say
just
me and you. By the time me and you were like really close friends, like that cat was already gone. Like I don't remember that cat at
yeah,
all.
me neither. Well, that's what I was just trying to place too, like the timeline, like when we all like met and shit. Which
Granted, me
what
and you
was it
became
like?
close in like third grade, and I feel like I
Yeah, it
don't even
was
remember
like
the
late
cat then.
elementary school. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't remember it at all either.
Um, I think my sister got that cat when she was 2, and I think that cat lived to be 16. I want to say, so she was probably 18 at the time,
That's an old
which
cat.
means I was like 12. How old is I? Like early middle school? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
No,
12,
late
12.
late
No, yeah,
elementary school. Oh, then you should have totally had it when we knew you.
I honestly don't remember the thing at
Maybe she
all.
was just too old to actually be like noticeable,
Oh,
and you
that's a
know.
possibility. That is a possibility.
Yeah, that's
Man, we've
true.
But
known each other for a shit ton of time. Just
yeah,
realizing that right now. God damn.
God,
what?
yeah, we're all like old married couples.
How old are you
In
in
a
third
cute
grade?
way.
Like
Um,
eight or something, something like that.
it's
And
so
like
bad
now,
because I have to go like backwards from where we are now, and that's just gonna take too goddamn long right
yeah, and
now.
it's just crazy. It's got at least more than a decade because I'm 20 years old now, and it just makes me want to throw
All
up.
right, ready? Maybe we'll do it real quick. So 20,
Well,
19
usually
freshman, 8.
do it from beginning of elementary school. So you start preschool when you're 5, right?
Okay, that's easier.
And then first grade, you're like 6. Yeah, you're like 8 years old. So
Hmm.
we've known each other for like 12 years, which is
That doesn't seem that long in reality.
that's
But
a seventh grader.
That is like 2/3 of your life. I want you to know that.
Yeah, that's also a seventh grader.
What is?
So like we've known each other for the amount of life that a seventh grader's been alive.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, that's
so
weird.
much growing, so much maturing.
Is
No,
there
let's be
maturing?
honest, we
Is
haven't
there
matured at all.
maturing?
We haven't
Yeah,
matured
no,
at
I don't
all
think
since
so.
third grade. Whenever I'm hanging with you
Still waiting
guys,
for that to
honestly,
happen.
It's like
it's honestly like I'm 8 years old again.
my body gets older, but my mind gets younger.
So you don't know that the problem is we have the same
Deep.
level of maturity, but
Hashtag
now
deep.
we have the knowledge to do like we all have license like our license. We all have cars and like put the mind of an eighth grader or no not an eighth put the mind of an 8-year-old, but give them like the tools that adults have. That's again
Dangerous.
an irresponsible.
Well, weren't you talking to me once about how you and Joe used to just like do those like works bombs all over the place?
Which one?
Yeah. The
I'm-
works bombs. You were saying like with the toilet bowl cleaner, you just like shove them in the mailbox
shit,
or some
alright,
shit.
hold up.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So there is it only works with like this specific one. It's the only one I know. All right, the works toilet bowl cleaner. Something in this cleaner is just really good to react with tinfoil. So what's great is basically you take like a water bottle. It doesn't matter.
Take
Ball
notes,
up a couple-
kids.
Ball up a couple little pieces of tinfoil, drop it in there. You need like maybe 5, 6, nothing too crazy. It's just small balls, and then put the works toilet bowl cleaner in. Obviously, you need like a schluck of it, just a little schluck.
A schluck.
That's a unit of measure. No, honestly, like I would say like half a cup. Like that's all you need. Shake it up a little bit. Well, obviously cap it first. Shake it up a little bit. Toss it. Make sure you're far away from it. Basically, the pressure is going to build up inside there. Some type of reaction releases a lot of gas. Pressure is going to build up. The only problem is at flash point, when it detonates, something about it hardens the plastic. So you basically have plastic shrapnel that just explodes. Extremely dangerous. Pretty big explosion. Nothing fiery, but like it's
It's
pretty
more
loud.
wholesome fun for the whole family.
Yeah, like
that's
just
another
good,
one.
just good family fun. Take notes, kids. Just good
My
family
question
fun.
is
And,
how did you discover that it reacts with tinfoil?
my brother knew it somehow, probably from YouTube, probably from that
Well,
time when a bunch
Was it
of shit.
around then? I mean,
What?
Was it around
Yeah.
then? What
Yeah,
like
of course
how
YouTube
old
was
were you
around back
during
then.
this?
No, that was back in like 6th grade for me. So yeah,
Oh,
of
okay,
course
then
YouTube was
definitely.
around back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I thought he was just like eating a sandwich or something on the toilet, and like he crumples up the
shit.
tinfoil and just like
Thing is, dude, I gotta be honest though. Like,
That's probably how it happened at first. Let's be honest.
At the end though, when you walk up to this thing, like, it's literally like sizzling and bubbling, and it just looks like neon blue. Like you're left with pretty much battery acid in the end. So drink up, kids.
Drink up.
Pro tips from Matt.
Yeah, life pro tips right here.
That's a Schmatfilian pro tip if I've ever heard one.
I think this is the episode of Family Wholesome Fun right now. Like,
yeah,
so
dude,
many
There's
tips.
a title. There's a title.
Oh, okay, all right, no. So
on.
I mean, if we're continuing this theme, all right. Back 4th of July, again, one of those 4th of July parties. We all decided it was a great idea. As my brother had this sick BMX bike. Basically, we sprayed his bike pegs. The front pegs, and you try and get kids to ride on it. We sprayed front pegs and rear pegs, which with a shit ton of Lysol and Axe, lit them on fire, rode it around the block.
That's amazing.
Oh my word.
That's amazing. I want to do that.
And the worst
now.
part is, like, all the adults saw it, but when we did this, it was already like 9 o'clock at night, so they were all just fucking hammered and literally couldn't do anything about it.
That's so.
Can
you like drive here now and can we do this?
Yeah,
I'm not driving down to Rowan just to light shit on fire.
Also, it's way too
why
cold
not?
out. I don't know about you, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not even down to go outside right now.
It's a bit nippy.
It's
Yo,
one of
you're
those
all bundled right now. Look at you.
Oh yeah, man.
I was literally asleep for the past 2 hours. My mom woke me up just to make sure I would be awake for this podcast. Like, I don't think you understand the level of just pissed off and hungover I am for this weekend.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, shout out to Mama Cita for that one.
Yeah,
so
dude.
good.
I was at a soccer game tonight, and I honestly wanted to die because it was so cold. Like I thought I was just gonna be frozen in place. And
Yeah.
I feel like the transition from between seasons this year is just non-existent. Like it was like I feel like it was 80 degrees like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and all of a sudden just done.
I'm pretty sure they said it was like the warmest October like ever.
Same thing in November. They had like the warmest November recorded though.
Global warming, thank you. No.
Hooray.
No, not even though, dude. Because they're saying it's still gonna be a shitty ass winter though.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like more polarized
It's like
or whatever.
drastic.
Yeah,
changes.
It's like climate change. I'm not even getting. Dude, I was literally talking to a kid the other day. He was like, "Oh, like in 3 years, like there's gonna be a hole in the ozone layer. And we're all gonna die because of global warming." And I was like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with the level of stupidity that you have.
3
right
years
now.
was his timeline. Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, I was like, so you can just shut the fuck up and go back home because I don't even want
So
to talk.
this has been going on since like the 70s. So how
No,
the
but not
fuck
even
we get
too-
here, man?
Listen, I'm not saying we're helping it. I'm just saying we are clearly not the cause of global warming.
He might be onto something though, because if Donald Trump gets elected, I mean anything could happen in 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about any of that. Like this, that's just not even. Maybe I would dive into it if I was okay. But
I wasn't trying to actually like go in depth. I was just trying to take shots.
No, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe that kid is onto something with that. Yeah, we can just take shots at everything right now.
So
anybody else see anything fucked up in the news lately they want to take a shot at? I'm down.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, hit me.
now you mention it.
Nothing too crazy political.
No, it's not political at all. It's just ridiculous. I guess a little political. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care.
Whatever. Hit me.
But yeah. So you guys have heard of that like pastafarianism thing,
Oh,
right?
I saw that. I
You
saw
know
that.
you know where I'm going?
The girl had to take the colander. Oh, tell it.
Yeah.
Tell it now,
So
for
yeah. For any of you who haven't heard this story, there is some girl. What state is this? I don't even know.
I feel like
I
it's
don't
a
even
southern
know.
state.
Who
Let's
to be
call it
completely
East
honest.
Bumblefuck nowhere.
Yeah, so this lady from East Bumblefuck, she walks into the DMV taking her like license photo, and she's got a colander on her head, and they're like, no hats, ma'am, and she's like, well, but I'm pastafarian, it's my religion. And they're like, okay, you're good. So she just has this dumbass photo of her, the colander.
I
on her
I
head.
think it was a little more controversial.
Yeah, I think it was like a
good.
case about it
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
no, I think they didn't let her. Then
Yeah.
the court case
I
said
don't
she was
think,
cool.
like- No, but legally, like, I don't know about you. All right, if I walked into the DMV wearing a fucking Yankees hat and I was like, because the Yankees are life, Yankees are religion, like they can't say that shit. Like, I don't think is that really a recognized, organized religion? To the point where like they, how about you could just look at the
Organization,
girl and
yeah,
say, you're
but
doing
I
this just to
think
be a
it's
stupid
supposed
fuck,
to be
so
satirical.
Shut up and just do what you're supposed to do. Like that's what you need to say to the girl at that point.
But
Shut the fuck up.
Basically.
I think it's a big enough following that you could make
Well,
the argument.
that's what I mean. That's like the weird thing about it, though, is that like it's actually like really legit, but I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah,
originally just
so is
supposed to be like
so
a.
is Jediism, which is actually Jediism. That's
Yeah, I've heard
actually
of that
like a
too.
religion.
But
Honestly,
like,
I'd follow that before I'd follow Pastafarian.
I think it was supposed to be like a satirical thing, but then just a bunch of idiots came on board and
Yeah.
was like, "No, this is legit. Like, this is the real
Yo,
deal
man,
here,
they're
guys."
they're just all drinking the Kool-Aid. They're just all drinking the Kool-Aid.
Ooh, that Kool-Aid, that sweet Kool-Aid.
Please tell me you
But
get
could-
that reference.
You've explained it to me many
Jim
a time.
Jones. Jim Jones.
Well, I was
Cult
thinking of.
following.
I also think of that video that we used to watch all the time with the scared straight thing.
Yeah.
What was that called?
Now you're gonna put the Kool-Aid on your lips, and then I kiss you.
And
you
now I
orange
kiss
flavor
you.
motherfucker.
It's classic.
I can just shit his
What
pants
is
on the
what is that
spot.
search? You gotta tell everybody.
I don't know,
remember it.
dude. Just search like Kool-Aid on your lips and like see what comes up.
Yeah, that'll probably get you there. Just search.
But
yeah,
like you
Kool-Aid on
also
your
might
lips.
find like some really weird softcore porn with that search. So just be advised.
Yeah. Look out, kids.
But can we
Make
talk
sure.
about license pictures, please, for a second? Because this actually got brought up a couple days ago. Because I was talking to my friends. I'm in Maryland right now, so I see their license pictures, and they're all like smiling. And for us in New
We're not allowed to
Jersey,
smile.
we why is that a rule? Like, why is
You know
the
what I
neutral
didn't
face
know?
a thing?
Talking about Maryland licenses, I didn't know that. You know how we gotta go like you get the provisional license at 17
And
and
you
then you
get,
get
like,
another one at
16
18
you
and
get
then
16
another one
and
at
a half
21. They apparently just do this thing where you get one at
16 and a half.
well, sure, but then they just give you like I forget if it's like a separate, just like a shitty slip of paper or like
Yeah, something like that.
something where you just totally it just says, yeah, no, it's provisional now, you're gooch, and then you don't have to get it until just whenever it expires or whatever.
Yeah,
instead
but
of having
like
to keep getting
no
new ones.
concept of like the license is like standardized across any state, so it's all different. But I would like to know why we can't smile. Like,
That's
why
what I'm
does
saying.
that matter?
I don't get it
I-
either.
I mean, it's easier because I don't have to bother. I can literally show up and just be like, "Fucking take my picture."
Maybe it's
I don't give a
because
shit, but, like,
maybe it's because no one from New Jersey is ever happy. So like, if a cop pulls somebody
no,
over, they're
we're
like,
happy. We just have no time
we
to
gotta
deal with
compare.
other people's bullshit. That's when I was down in Virginia this week because again, I wasn't used to being in. Technically, Virginia's the South. I wasn't used to being in the South again. And like, it was at a gas station. Some woman was talking to me and like acting really friendly, and I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck is your problem? You're being a smart ass." I said it.
Yeah, I
And
was
literally
thinking
the family,
sarcastic. I was thinking
that I'm
sarcastic.
traveling with, though, like they're from Pennsylvania, really nice family. It's my old roommate, the family, and my old roommate's little brother, Justin. He looks at me, he's like, "Dude, like, what's your problem? Like that woman's being nice." I was like, "Oh shit,
Oh,
she
that's
was
what
actually
nice
being
is.
nice." I forgot. Like,
Oh my god, people
I
are
was like,
nice
right,
here.
I'm in the South
Actually, I want to
again.
tell a quick story
People are
about that too, because I remember when us and a bunch of other people went to that Streetlight concert a couple years back at Starland Ballroom, and so we met a bunch of guys from all over the place. A couple guys from like California and like Wisconsin and shit, but. Real funny story from one of the Wisconsin guys. Like, we're just kind of chilling with them, and one of them goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, do any of you want Starburst?" Just like pulls Starburst out of his pants. He's like, "I'm sure around here it's just like, oh, don't do that because it's gonna have drugs and gonna kill people." But it's like, no, we just hand out Starburst to each other in Wyoming. And then he's like, I'm never coming to New Jersey again. He's like, I went on, I came off the plane. I'm like in a McDonald's or something, and I kind of like go to toss my garbage in the trash, and like as I do that, somebody just walked by real quick, and I hit them. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and they just turn around and deck me in the face, and I am never coming back here. I'm like, that sounds right. Sounds right.
There is no patience here, like,
Nope.
well, in New Jersey, or no friendliness at all. Because if you try to ask somebody for advice or directions or something, they won't stop and help you. If I would just drive
No.
away or something.
No one gives a shit. Like we have our own agenda, dude. When I was in Virginia and I was actually driving, and it was like, yeah, I was going about like 50 miles an hour in 55, and like everyone was also going 50. I was trying to get by. It was like up in people's bumpers and shit, like they right up their ass. And I was like, come on, fucking
Classic
go.
Jersey
What's your
move.
problem? I was like, because the fucking speed limit's 55, therefore you need to go 60, motherfuckers. Learn how it works. Learn
So
how the
true.
world works.
That's not how the world works. That's not how
When
the
I was
world works. That's how
first
Jersey
learning
works.
to drive, I remember being in my dad's Mustang, first learning how to drive, and he's teaching me what he knows. We're going down a road. You know, it's 45 mile an hour, so I'm going 45. He's like, Matt, you have to maintain speed limit. I'm like, Dad, I'm going 45. He's like, no, speed limit's 45. You go 55. Learn it. All right, Dad. There's a rule.
Yeah, dude. Because when we were learning how to drive, like doing your lessons for your permit, I remember driving like a little under the speed limit because that guy didn't like want you to speed. He would get on your ass for speeding. But like people behind you would be on your ass and like try to get around you all the time.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Assholes. No, I realize that the people going under the speed limit, they are the asshole. I'm just trying to do my thing, man. The thing is, like, all right, listen, if I'm driving down a road and I'm like kind of stuck behind you, speed limit's 50 and you're going 50, like I can't get mad about it. I can be like, ah, shit, like I wish you were going faster. I can't get mad. But when the speed limit's 50 and you're going 45, I can actually get pissed off at you at that point. Like, you are actually breaking the law.
Yeah. They never...
No, that's not necessarily. No, that's not true.
No, that's the thing.
You have to be...
No, because that's
it has to be...
of traffic.
No, it has to be like 10 miles per hour under or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, not 5, but at a certain point.
At least 10. I don't know what it is, but...
Also, I hate the people on the highway. If it's a 2-lane highway, you, like, and person in the left and the right just decide to match speed, and they're both underneath the speed limit. It's like, it's called the passing lane, motherfucker. Figure it out.
Coordination between them, though. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I
wonder if they're doing it, like, purposely, though. Just to be, like, huge assholes.
For sure, because I remember my sister telling me once that she was driving with her friend or something somewhere, and, like, they wanted to drive together, so they were, like, side by side in the same, like,
why would
2
you
lanes.
ever?
And I don't know. I don't get it either.
Question is, why did they do this carpool? We're trying to save the planet here.
True. I don't remember exactly. I think it was because they were going, like, separate ways at a certain point, but they were on the same road for a while. And, like, I think this is before I was driving, and looking back at it now, I'm like, wow, you guys were assholes. Like, you were, like, blocking traffic pretty much.
You are those people.
Exactly.
No, don't be that guy, or those girls in this case, but it's just not something that's right. Oh, okay, all right. On the topic of good, wholesome family fun. I remember a driving story. The old '68 Mustang that we got. Love that car. Love the car to death. It's in storage now. But I remember back when we were kids, we always used to take it. Whenever we had like T-ball games and stuff, my dad always used to break out the Mustang and take that to Liberty Oak Park. Now Michael J. Ty, but yeah, Liberty Oak Park. And down Elton Adelphia Road, that like we have this one real like windy, curvy road, whole bunch of trees, whole bunch of blind spots. It's like an absolutely dangerous road. And his idea was, let me just take this thing up to 60 miles an hour when this road is only meant to do like 20 on. And just kind of weave in and out of the oncoming lane and the proper lane just for fun. Just weave in and out of it. And don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. But now I realize when I'm older, like, there's so many blind curves. And we were driving like an old historic car. Like, we could have been fucking killed.
Your dad
so
is
easily.
literally the best worst driver ever, though.
He is.
He's incredible.
Dude, the Puerto Rican swivel.
Yeah, I was just thinking back. This classic story, though. Like, me and Matt went to the Stone Pony once to just see some like amateur bands or whatever. We had some friends who were playing and stuff for like this concert. What was it that year? They were gonna go to Bamboozle or Skate and Surf or one.
Yes, one of those fucking things.
But yeah, on the way there, Matt's dad is driving us. We didn't drive at the time, and he's like, ah shit, that was our exit. Just smooth as anything though. Like he just like jerked us over, and we're going like 80 miles per hour or whatever. Felt so smooth. I didn't even notice what happened. Like, I just hear the words come out of his mouth, and I like look out the window. We're taking the exit, and I'm like, what just happened? I had no idea.
This motherfucker throws a car into a parking space at 20 miles an hour, just whips it in and sticks it Well, he used to drive an ambulance back in the day. Like, that was his job.
Oh, I
he
didn't
was
know
an
that.
ambulance driver. Like, that's how he learned to drive like a fucking badass. It's the honest truth.
That makes sense then. Like,
yeah, he can just whip it like it's nothing. And then again, also, dude, we were in like a little Pontiac Grand Prix, and that thing was fun as hell to drive.
I remember.
Yeah, that thing had some balls for back in the day. I like that car. That car was a war wagon. It went 210,000 miles. What Pontiac survives 210? Dude, Pontiacs are pieces of shit. I know. I drive one.
True.
I love your car though. What are you talking about?
Dude, it's like even the trip today, it was like it hated me the whole time. When we were on the highway cruising, the car was like, "No, I'm all right." But where my old roommate lives in Pennsylvania, they have all these windy roads. I'm like trying to have some fun with it, and trying to mess around. And like I'm breaking the back and loose. I'm like doing some drifts, and I'm like, no. But eventually, like I guess the brakes were so heated, the brakes started to fail a little bit, and I could tell my car was just like, "Fuck you, I'm tired. Stop." I mean, my car's 15 years old now. Like it just hates me now.
I don't know. This is kind of semi-related, but I remember sending you a picture, Matt. Like every time I walk to my dorm at school, for some reason, like either like 1 out of the 7 days a week, there's either a GTR parked outside of it,
GTR.
or a Ferrari. Like who in their right mind can afford these cars when they're in college?
Arabian prince goes to your school.
Like I don't get it. And apparently, my roommate was like walking past the car because we all see it and we all like, why is this here? And like the guy has like an Instagram like ad like on his car, like, here, follow me here and look at my car. It's like this guy is like, I don't even know if he goes here, but if he does, like, who can afford these cars?
Do you even fucking?
It's just rich parents, though. It's not like nothing that he did.
That's what it really. Well, all right. There was a story about a kid, a kid in Colts Neck, next town over to us. This is like, all right, Freelboro's poor, Colts Neck is rich. We always hated Colts Neck, simple as that. And basically, yeah, his parents actually bought him a 2012 Nissan GTR, like the premium, in white, the exact one I want. Like, this is like something I would have to work my whole life to get it. And his parents, it's a $100,000 race car. His parents are like, "Oh, you're 17? Here it is, go for it."
So ridiculous.
So obviously,
can I predict the end of the story?
Justice was served. 3 months totals the car.
Oh yeah, that's what my prediction was going to be.
Fucking 3 months he totaled the thing.
You can't give a 17-year-old kid like a race car or something like that. It just never works.
It goes 0 to 60 as fast as a Bugatti Veyron. Its stock has 560 horsepower. That edition, like, you can't give a 17-year-old kid a fucking race car. Because that's literally what it is. There's no other way to describe it. It's a race car. It was meant to take track and corners. Like, it's what it's meant to do.
Yeah,
people who drive it say it's not like a fun drive. It's not a soft drive. It just beats the shit out of you.
Because that's like one of the first things. Like, even if you don't like cars that much, like when you turn 17 or something, you want to drive and you kind of want to go fast. But then like you get brought back down to earth because, like, with me, my little ass Mazda 3 is not going to do anything.
But the Mazda 3, it's got some giddy up. Well, you got the 3.2 in it, so it's got some giddy up. But like,
it's still not going to.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not race car status. So like, you fuck around, but like, you stay grounded, literally and metaphorically. This shit is actually going to take off like a spaceship. Like,
fly right off the ground.
Imagine that shit if all of a sudden you were just like driving down the road and a car just like sprouted wings, just gone. Like, I'd be like, all right, where's my drug dealer? I need to tell him to stop giving me this shit.
Oh my god,
that'd be the honest thought I had. What? What's up?
Never mind. Actually, no, I don't want to bring that up.
Oh, you can't do that to me.
Fuck it, bring it up. Right. I don't care. Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
We're asking to get flagged here, but I was gonna ask if you could tell your what the fuck do you call it? Your amp strain story with the raid.
Oh God. I might go to jail for this, everybody.
Well, that's why I backed
off. But no, I'll tell a story. I might go to jail for this. I'm not gonna name any names.
Wait, so how long ago is it?
This was not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
No, you're supposed to say fucking 5 years ago.
I set you up. I set you up, man.
I'm not gonna say like, I went and like sold weed when I was fucking 10. No, all right. So basically, I was going into the military at the time. So this was like a year and a half. Absolutely hated this kid to the bitter end. Every viewer is now going to actually probably report me to the police. And probably gave this kid cancer. I just gave it to the kid. I didn't even sell it. I just gave it to him. I might actually go to jail for that. But yeah, we might get flagged pretty hard for this. But yeah, that was one.
No, this is just a little
This is metaphorical.
Yeah, it didn't actually happen.
Well, let's move on to what we were just talking about before. Actually, with we were talking about like if there's any bands that put out 2 albums that were just consistently just phenomenal.
Yeah, we were chatting about this before we started the podcast.
Excuse me, the what?
The podcast.
who?
Guys, I'm running off of very little sleep right now. You got to give me a break.
Yeah, we not a lot though.
Yeah, there's like, if we want to get into that musical conversation. Brandon, we're gonna start with you. What are some of like the bands you know that just put out like consecutively absolutely phenomenal albums?
I don't know, man. I'm really bad. I don't know. I don't listen to like the same bands as you guys.
I mean, I feel like
you could totally go that cop out road and just say something stupid like the Beatles or whatever. Like, oh my god, they put out such.
I would actually find a way to go to Maryland right now and just punch you directly in the face.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, I mean, Beatles obviously a great band. No one disputes that. But I don't think I've ever heard anyone that says that every Beatles album is good. It's always just like Abbey Road and Sgt. Pepper, and that's it, really.
Yeah, no, but hold up. Again, also the idea that, like, you listen to one of those albums, yeah, sure, there's always phenomenal songs on all his albums, but I can guarantee not everyone's going to like every single song on one album. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
But that's the whole nature of it, though. So you can't have a band that puts out consistently good albums because some people like it, but some people won't. So
and obviously I challenge that again. Not like they ever paid us to say this or any shit like that, but me and Sean's like favorite band at the time, Hands Like Houses. Not a lot of people know it. Absolutely phenomenal.
So
absolutely phenomenal in every single way. And
but
I hope people hear this and somehow look them up if you don't know them already.
All two of you look them up.
All two of our subscribers have.
But
oh, true.
They had two albums back to back that are really good, being Ground Dweller and Unimagine, which are really, really good.
Crappy song they ever made was probably like definition of not leaving. Like it's only because it's a slow song.
I don't even remember that one. I probably blocked it.
Yeah, but no, like honestly, there was both albums. There wasn't a single bad song on either one of those, and it was just
they were both very solid. Very solid. I was just even trying to brainstorm any others that I like that are consistent like that. I mentioned that we saw Streetlight once. They're one of my favorites also. They had two really good albums back to back. Rising up in the ranks for me, I was talking about Death Heaven, which is totally a stretch from anything I usually listen to, but god damn. They know how to write an album, like not even like how to write a song, but just how to write this big ass cohesive.
I'll be honest. There's not even any lyrics I can comprehend. I'm pretty good at deciphering like screamo and stuff like that. There's no lyrics that I can comprehend.
Listen to the 2015 album I was just talking about, New Bermuda. It's a little bit more. I think they changed labels, so it's like a little bit more distinguished, I guess. Mm-hmm. But either way, great. I was actually also thinking about Rage Against the Machine. Did they do Evil Empire and the self-titled back-to-back? Because then that would be another one.
I'm not sure, but all I know, those were two absolutely phenomenal albums.
Real solid. And, man, that is...
And you guys, Brandon, you might know these guys. And you guys listen to 21 Pilots?
Yeah, 21 Pilots is pretty good, actually.
The thing is with them, dude, I can listen to an entire album and have like no idea what genre they are. They switch their genre every song.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, what's awesome about it is I know the lead singer, his idea, well, I guess their entire idea, but obviously he's the one that vocalizes it in his songs. Like, they're always looking for something that's unique, something that's different. Like songs, like he wants to make sure no song sounds the same and no song sounds like anything you've ever heard before. And I think they really did accomplish that in every way. Every single song for me is a trip. Like it's just, well, not like a mental trip. I'm talking about like it's a journey you go on. Like everything is completely different than what I expected it to be. And I've really never heard a bad song by them. Maybe something I don't like as much, but like I know somebody would. It's pretty funny. You can have like a love-hate. Like I've showed my mom some songs by them, and she's in love with them. And I showed her some songs off the same album and hates them.
Speaking
complete
of
180.
Speaking of, here's something I want to put out. We've been talking about this a lot too. A buddy of mine discovered some real weird shit. I'm not going to call it good. I'm not going to call it bad. Look it up though.
I'm just going to call it
Igor. The name of the guy is Igor. And
Igorrr.
Yeah.
Like if you want to know what it's like to have a 104 fever and start hallucinating, go listen to this.
Yeah, that's the only way to describe it, really. Like, it's
Like
pretty
I think if we
bananas.
ever capture any of those ISIS guys, like we should just make them listen to every single album back to back.
Well, yeah, you'd actually go insane. You know what it reminds me of? Do you guys remember, or do you guys even know about that old podcast, like Welcome to Night Vale or whatever?
Yeah.
Night Vale, oh fucking
Like,
Night Vale was
It
phenomenal.
reminds me
was
of that,
weird as
and
shit, but it
just
was
like
phenomenal.
if I were to listen through that straight through, I would actually go insane. Like, I would literally lose my mind.
I think I would like. What a freaking absolute mind trip with that kind of
That
stuff.
podcast is a trip. I think I've only seen like 2, and I was already like, it's enough for me.
Yeah,
I'm out.
I've only seen that. Yeah, I've listened to maybe 2, 3, mostly because my friend Dana.
Yeah,
told me
she was
about
the
it.
one that brought it up to us, I
Yeah,
think.
she was the one that brought it up. Like, it's if you just want to listen to some really weird stuff, just go for it. This is like that. You're really bored and just have honestly nothing better to do with your entire life.
And all I remember about it too is like that one bit where it was like, oh, don't make eye contact with the black figures over the fence or whatever, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It's
remember
real
something
weird.
about like kids playing in the park, and it's like, but remember, you don't want to go to the park. There are no kids playing in the park. The black helicopter that surrounds it is not a helicopter. Like, it will abduct your children.
Something
I was
like
that.
that.
Got so dark. So quick.
And there's that one house that was like invisible or something.
Yeah, the house at the end of the street. Don't go there. It
Yeah.
doesn't exist. It's invisible if you go inside. I'm
Wow,
just like,
that is
what
a weird thing.
Did you ever listen to Night Vale, Brandon?
No, I'm just listening to your whole conversation. It's like really hard for me to contribute to all this because I don't have the same taste in music that you guys do, and I feel like I'm one of those people that literally skips like through genres like every couple of months. Like I used to like rap honestly like a really long time ago, and then I went to more like ska and alternative stuff. And that's like in high school when I was with you guys and I used to go to Streetlight and stuff. And now I'm more like into indie and stuff like that.
Indie's good though.
I mean, dude, you've always kind of been around like that alternative phase.
Well, I
It's
wouldn't-
true, but
I wouldn't say that you're one of those like just like flippy floppy types with just like genre, because like I do it all the time too. I always switch between like real heavy shit and real light shit, because I just get sick of one or the other. But I
now,
feel like
do you mean like the actual turd itself is light, or it's like light colored?
What are you
You're
talking
saying
about
I
right
mean, you
now?
were saying shit.
Oh
so.
God, I hate you.
my
Oh, I
God.
hate you.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a little pony with it.
But I feel like you were always the one that was. You would just be like, yeah, I'll listen to anything. Like,
I think that I'm still true to that. I'm open to almost anything.
I mean,
Honestly,
you have good taste though. I gotta admit that.
I mean,
Well, because I
guess.
remember you.
Yeah,
I know a couple bands you showed me that I still kind of like. You showed me like I Hate Kate, which is pretty good.
I think that was Matt,
no,
to be honest.
Yeah, that was me, dude.
That was
I love
you?
I Hate Kate. It was
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
never mind, your taste sucks.
No, this kid showed me. Shit, why am I forgetting the name of the band? But it was like they did a song Rhymes with Orange and like ASL, and they were like really weird. Remember, this was like
Oh my god,
this is back. They used to do stuff with Smosh. This band.
dude,
Oh, fucking! I wrestled a bear once.
I can't
No,
Was it
no.
them,
I
or-
can't even remember.
God, I'm almost.
It's like in that. It's in that genre, right? Like
Like
that.
they were.
Like
they were
that,
just
like,
like,
laughable screamo
I set
shit.
my friends
like,
on fire.
Oh my god, I remember that.
yeah.
Like I listened to it and I was like, so
Yeah.
this is you're just trying to like make a joke, or is this like an actual album you're putting out right now?
It's a joke. They're in that like joke screamo genre, which is
Yeah, like I
real
just
funny.
sat back and I was like, okay, so clearly we can't take you seriously.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking things seriously, this is one of the things. I guess like we're kind of like by a time limit. So what is our time? I figure I want to kind of end on something like this. Something we didn't touch on last week, and the Ronda Rousey fight.
Oh my goodness.
When I can't take her seriously anymore. I still remember that in that talk show. She's gonna, try and backpedal, and she's gonna try and kick me in the face, but she's not gonna do it. And then what she do? She fucking kicks you in the face, and you're knocked out cold.
You
I
can't
just-
not respect her from that though. Like,
I just
Oh no, okay, like
I just
Brandon,
can't
go for it.
fathom anybody actually thinking she was gonna lose though. Like we all look back on it now, like oh yeah, there's always that possibility she's gonna lose. But I don't think there was like no believers at that point that she was gonna lose because
dude, she never lost a fight in her entire
exactly.
career.
But I mean, Holly Holm never lost a fight either. But it was just the fact
oh, I
that
didn't know that.
yeah, she's undefeated also, and
Huh.
it's I think honestly it came down to Holly Holm just trained harder, to be honest.
And
Like,
I
Ronda,
still now it's thinking everyone's like, oh, like no fuck Ronda Rousey. No, she's still a phenomenal fighter.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
No doubt.
Unbelievable. I do fight now. I would not want to go in a ring with her. She would break me in half.
Yo, all three of us on her, she would break us.
Well, I mean, dude, Sean, honestly, like you're no bigger than a tampon to her. So like, you're done. You're done.
and
At least I'm like somewhat sizable.
Yo.
I would maybe hold out for 30 seconds and then I'd be dead.
it's just Holly Holm just outplayed her, to be honest. Like, beat her at something she wasn't good at, because she's better at grappling. Holly Holm is just. Did you actually watch the fight?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Of course I did.
Like, yeah, she was just skipping around, like getting good punches in when she can. And Ronda Rousey's not that quick on her feet. She's just good at throwing heavy punches.
Yeah, she just hits. She hits really hard. Is what it is. And she's not good if she's backpedaling though. Is what I find. She can't. She's not as good at striking while she's backpedaling.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the problems there. But
I think Ronda just got a little cocky. Like, she
I have
kind
the
of
feeling
eased off. Yeah, she kind of eased off a little bit. She's like,
and you know what? This is probably a very sobering feeling for her. Although I think what we're gonna see to come, she's probably gonna have like some pretty ridiculous, some great fights here on out because now she knows like I'm not the queen, but I want to get back.
I'm not
to
untouchable, and I lost. Now I want to.
Although
She's
I
gonna
don't
come
think-
back even harder though.
I don't think she
Exactly.
went in, though, being like, oh, I'm untouchable. I can't do it. I think it was just kind of like a subconscious thing. Like, I don't see her getting, like, that cocky where she's
Are you
actually just
sure?
going to lay off in a fight.
I mean, no.
I
Also,
don't know.
dude, you don't have no idea how much like the cocky stuff they do just for like just to get the
Just
hype
for
going.
TV, yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite fighter ever, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he's
Cocky
funny.
as fuck. He absolutely is cocky, but I think a lot of the reason why he does it is simply just to get the hype about the fight and to get it going. So I can't really, blame him. Like, dude, I can't even believe that. What is it? WWE is still a thing,
John
That blows
Cena.
God.
Especially that they, like,
and like
charge,
it came back.
what, like $60 for a pay-per-view thing? Like, who
It
watches
came back
that?
so much, and I was just like, this is. I mean, don't get me wrong, those guys still get like really hurt. They do jump off of the freaking ring onto a table, but like, why the fuck would you like purposely get staged to get your ass beat? I can't believe that exists.
Money.
I mean, yeah, there is a lot. Here's the dilemma.
It's
if
like-
someone
it's
said
like
right
porn.
now, "Hey, here's $100 to get punched in the face," would you do it? Like,
Well,
I
who's
probably did.
punching?
It's like
Sean.
I would equate it exactly to porn. I mean, you're getting paid to do something, not necessarily
Dude,
because you
second
want to
pod-
do it. but you
We've
get
talked
the
about
money.
porn in both of our podcasts already.
We did.
This is only the second episode. Well, I referenced.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about... Yeah.
For you, this is 3 for 3 on talking about porn.
What?
For you, Brandon. You're the first podcast. you
Well,
ever
it's
do
an
without
important
us.
topic, so...
Oh, yeah, you're right. But
It's all good.
if the money's there, you can get someone to do anything, really.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong.
And and the WWE's still around because John Cena.
John Cena.
With money, you can get anybody to do anything. Just like porn, just like killing kittens, just like lighting a whole shit ton of fireworks up. Money's how the world goes around in that case. That wholesome family fun.
Oh, yeah, wholesome family fun.
I think we're going to end it
make
right
that
there,
schmuck.
actually.
Porn, killing kitties, and fireworks. Good.
That's
family
exactly where we're
fun.
going to end it. Just clean family fun, kids. I hope you took
There you
notes. I hope you at least try one or all of these things
Hope you
in your
learn
free
from our
time. Yeah,
experiences.
yeah.
And be smart enough to repeat my mistakes.
All right. Well,
Please do.
I guess we'll end on there. So that was PM Logic episode 2.
Yeah,
Alright.
see you guys next week.
See y'all next
Bye-bye.
week.